Yo, what's going on? It's Joe, back here again with another vid on Joe Talks. And as you can tell by the title, Trump has to remove his tariffs. You know, we elect a president based on certain things that he says on his campaign run. We expect him to uphold and go through with all them promises and actions and things he said with the campaign. And as one of the first presidents, at least in my lifetime, to actually go through with everything they said, or pretty much everything, because like I said before, it ain't even been a full year yet he's in office, and he's pretty much touched on every subject that he ran on during his campaign. But yeah, so the tariffs, man, he has to cancel the tariffs. We elect the president to do what we want him to do. But at the end of the day, appeals courts, district judges, Supreme Court, all have a bigger say over the president. So at that point, what's the point of having a president, in my opinion? Might as well just have loonies on the appeals courts and district courts and Supreme Courts just run the country. Shit, have the Supreme Court run the country. Have us vote on judges, I guess. Like, bro, only in the States, because you don't see any of this stuff going on in other countries. Only in America. Only in the States you see this dumbass stuff. But yeah, I'll never understand it. The country's bringing in billions of dollars a month now from the tariffs. They're actually starting to accumulate a surplus now. And then, so like I also said in the vid that I made prior to this one, I might leave it in the description of this one. I'm not sure yet, but the vid I made, I'm leaving America. Yo, like, his plan with the tariffs, at least in my eyes, at least what it seems like the direction he's going, is to eliminate income tax eventually. And I can see there being two, but if not two, or no, three, but if not three, for sure, two more reconciliation bills getting passed. So who knows? Maybe in one of them bills is no income tax on a certain group of people, like no tax on middle class to lower class, or no tax on people that make 150K and less, because for those of y'all who don't know, he did float that idea around for this reconciliation bill, but the country's in too much of a debt to fully eliminate the income tax, so we have to do a credit. But anyways, going forward, like I said, if the tariffs work out, I see income tax being eliminated. And yeah, so all these appeals courts and district courts just trying to mess up what he's trying to do. It's crazy to me. And oh my God, excuse me, but also thank you, because you better have said bless you. But anyways, yeah, I just don't get it. But at the end of the day, it's not an official ruling, and the tariffs didn't officially go away yet. They go away October 14th, but but obviously the administration is going to appeal it with the Supreme Court and let the Supreme Court give the final ruling. Like, man, the Supreme Court has been working. They've been having to go to the Supreme Court for everything, which, like I said, I don't understand how district judges and appeals judges have power over the president. I'll never understand that. And they also, before I forget, and they also canceled his deportation flights, because for those of y'all who don't know, he was sending, bro, like I say, just common sense. It's not hard, but so apparently, the Constitution says, but like, bro, the Constitution was written by some idiots. I'm just being honest. The Constitution says everyone has a right to a fair trial. So all these illegals in here, illegal immigrants and all that, they have to go through a trial and all that before they get deported. Well, he signed into act months back, called the Illegal Aliens Act that automatically, say you're in the country illegally and you get arrested, you automatically go back, no trial, no nothing. Because at the end of the day, man, there's millions of illegals in here now from the last 4 years. Say you capture, shit. Say you capture just 500,000 of them, So you're telling me they're all in here illegally. They're all going to go back anyways, or at least should go back, you would think. So what's the point of wasting time having all these trials? You'll never get it done. You'll never get all these people out if you have to have a trial. And then you also know, depending on the judge, the judge could delay it, or the judge could give them probation, or the judge could make them just stay in the country fully. So, in my opinion, why waste time and have all these trials for illegals? Like, it's not like they're in here legally. Say you're in here legally, or a U.S. citizen. Yes, the right to due process. Yes, that's true. Everyone has the right to a fair trial. I agree with that. If you're a citizen and you're not in here illegally, I agree with that. But if you're in here illegally, it's just common sense. You're in here illegally. You're breaking a federal law. You should get deported anyways. What's the point of having all these trials? It's just crazy to me, man. But hey, only in the States you see this. Only in the States. Because, hey, we're a country ran by morons. I'm just being honest. Just look at it. Look at other countries, how they operate. Look at this. You don't see other countries, you don't see other countries, prime ministers or presidents getting shut down by their own, districts and all that. You don't see that happening. You only see that here. Bro, the states are mess, bro. Them last 4 years has the states screwed up. And I'll be surprised if we ever recover, man. Because say we recover, and like I said, all these woke people, say you even recover, and the country's doing great, taxes get eliminated. You'll still have them people saying, oh, this ain't, this ain't. Like nothing can please these people. And I just don't get it. Because in my eyes, say you see something that's good and something that's gonna work, to better the citizens, better this whole country, why wouldn't you be on board with it? Why would you be so against it? I'll never understand it. But hey, man, hopefully, so the Supreme Court has been ruling in their favor for pretty much every case that they've been giving them, because hey, man, like, their district judges striking down dumb stuff. Like, bro, literally all these district judges have been striking down. They've been striking down to keep illegals here. They've been striking down to stop the National Guard from going to certain states. Man, I'm gonna say this. Say you're a mayor or a governor and your state has a high crime rate and isn't being ran the right way. Yo, send the National Guard there, man. I'm gonna be honest. And then Chicago, man, just recently signed something to decline the National Guard from showing up. Can a mayor really do that? Do a mayor really have that authority to turn down the federal government as to what they're trying to do, especially when they're trying to keep people safe? Makes no sense, man. Hey, say I was in Chicago, man, right now, I'd be moving. I'd be out, So, hey, I feel bad for people in Chicago that actually know what's going on. But I also know there's a lot of idiots in Chicago that, support it. So, it just depends. But yeah, man, like the things that I'm seeing happen, I've never even seen being questioned, and I've never even knew was a thing. But then again, I just recently started following politics. I started following politics while Joe was in, and just watching what Joe was doing was crazy. And then, hey, man, it's just bad, bro, bad. But like I said at the start of the video, there's no way that district courts and appeals and all that, and all these judges have power over the president. That makes no sense to me, because at that point, what's the point of having a president? At that point, just have the Supreme Court and district judges run the country. Oh, excuse me, and see how good that works out for it. But the Supreme Court most likely is going to rule in the administration's favor, I hope. If not, then I'm going to be honest. The states are over. I'm going to be honest. Because say they rule with the appeals court and actually make the administration remove the tariffs, that's gonna be the end. I'm just being honest. And cause like his plan for the economy in this country is so based on tariffs that say you have to remove them. That's pretty much over. I'm being honest. That's over if you have to remove the tariffs. So, and then that's another thing. So, remember them tax cuts that the big beautiful bill passed. Those would most likely get either eliminated or fallen back on, because say you have no tariff revenue coming in, you're gonna have to tax the citizens, a lot. And I mean a lot, because like I say, we almost 40 trillion in debt, 37 trillion to be exact. So with no tariffs coming in and tax cuts just got passed, you would have to go back to the tax bracket, man. You'd have to raise taxes again, and hey, that's what these Dems want. They want people to pay more. They don't care about citizens. They don't care about citizens. They only care about illegals. I don't know what happened to them, but yeah, man, I don't know what happened. But they legit only care about illegals. Having illegals on Social Security, having illegals in hotels paid with taxpayer money. When you have homeless veterans on the street, but you have illegals up in hotels with our tax dollars. Makes no sense. Only the Dems, man. That's why I'll never understand people that side with them. And I'm not siding with a party. I'm siding with the party that's making sense, that has common sense. And right now that's the Republican Party. And for future reference, it looks like the Republican Party going forward, because, hey, it seems like the Dems still don't get it. The Dems are still supporting illegals, still supporting crime, all this, which is crazy. Like, man, I'm going to be honest. As of right now, I don't want Dems to win another election as of right now. It's crazy. And then they're talking about Gavin Newsom running for president in 28, the California governor that's pretty much setting California on fire, literally. Yo, say he runs and wins in 28, man. At that point, it's over. Like, a dude that can't even run a state is a runner-up for president. And if he wins, shit, you see he can barely run a state. What do you think he's gonna do with the country? Oh my God, man. I'm not looking forward to that. All I know is, man, hey, the Dems are out of touch. The Dems are out of touch. Hey, in a minute, say a lot more people start coming around and having common sense and actually realizing what's happening. I wouldn't be surprised if the Dem party gets like just falls off and it's just the Republican Party, or it's the Republican Party and there's a new party that's made up, because the Dems, man, they're lost. They're lost bad. But hey, man, if the tariffs have to get removed, that's it for the states. I'm just being honest. And that's it for the citizens. Because tariffs are bringing a bunch of jobs back. Tariffs are allowing, the tax cuts to stay in place, and for the extended tax cuts on overtime and tips, and a little bit on Social Security, So like I said before, say the tariffs have to go away. All them taxes have to get, in my opinion, would have to get, reworked, because the country would be, at that point, the country would be losing so much money, because no tariff revenue, tax cuts just passed. Yo, this country would be really bad. But honestly, man, the Supreme Court's been ruling in their favor, because it's just been BS that's been getting thrown at them. So hopefully the Supreme Court rules again in their favor. And there's no way there's legit no way they should not rule in their favor, because the country's bringing in so much money right now with tariffs, and they like that. At the end of the day, when you look at the balance sheet and the deficit sheet for trade, all you see is all this money coming in for once. You'd be stupid to side, And then another thing I heard, the appeals court. So normally there's only 4 judges that vote on it. This one had 7. So I'm not sure if they tried doing some sleek shit or what, but apparently 3 of the judges voted in their favor, and then the other ones voted obviously no. But I mean, I don't know. It's just weird to me. I don't understand that. Like I said, I don't get how the president can put something into play, but district judges and appeals courts could easily strike it down and then have to send it through a whole process through the Supreme Court. Why not just? I don't get that. But hopefully the Supreme Court rules in their favor. If not, then hey, that's it for America. And then that vid I made about leaving America might actually be true. I would not go to UK though, but hey, that vid might be true if tariffs end up getting removed. So just have to wait and see. Hopefully not, but hey, man, just gotta wait and see. They got till October 14th. So the tariffs are still in effect right now. Say the Supreme Court ends up siding with the appeals court, then they'll have until the 14th of October, and then once the 14th comes, they would have to remove all the tariffs. So yeah, man, and not even, bro. And then when you think about all the investments that are coming in, like Apple, appliance companies. I'm just trying to think of some auto companies, chip companies, steel companies, all these companies that are coming in because of the tariffs, and you're trying to appeal saying that the tariffs are bad. That's crazy. And again, like I said in the I'm leaving America vid, even if prices go up, with his plan, what he plans on doing and what it seems like he plans on doing is eliminating the income tax for certain levels. So, like I said before, say groceries went up, so say overall your grocery trip is 100 more bucks, total, like totaled on. So say it's 100 more bucks totaled on because of the tariffs. Even though at least me, where I shop and what I shop for all cooking stuff. So like beef, steaks, all that, and so far I haven't seen nothing go up, especially where I shop. I haven't seen anything go up yet. So, but just for an example, say your overall grocery list goes up 100 bucks. Okay, whatever. But say on your check, right? Say you gross 1,000, but only net. You only take home like 600, 500 bucks. With tariffs working, and say everything goes as planned tariff wise, like I said, I see him eliminating that income tax. So wouldn't you rather have that extra 400 to 500 bucks? Wouldn't you want to only see your gross amount and not have to worry about your net, because you wouldn't have no income tax taken out? Wouldn't you want that extra 400 to 500 bucks? Yes, groceries in all cost more. They're 100 bucks more in total, but okay, 100 bucks more, but I got 400 or 500 bucks more from not getting taxed by the government. In my eyes, I'd rather have more money that I work hard for, to actually have, than rather have the government take it. But that's just me. That's how I see it. That's how I see it going. But that's just hypothetical, because right now, at least me, where I shop and what I shop for, I haven't seen no price increases, but only time will tell. But, I'm just going to have to wait and see what happens with the Supreme Court. But hopefully, like I said, they've been ruling in their favor, because the Supreme Court even knows, man. Hey, Trump is on his streak, man. He's doing what he has to do to get the country back moving. But anyways, I didn't want to make this vid too long. Just wanted to touch on this subject. But I'm curious if anyone agrees with me. Leave it in the comments if you want, whatever you want to do. But say you enjoyed the vid, like, subscribe if you did, and I'd appreciate it. Catch y'all later. Peace.